By now, you may have watched some of our other videos about Marvel Comics featuring West Edmonton MAll as the location. A location for their adventures following the superhero team known as Alpha Flight. But those aren't the only comic book characters to visit Edmonton or West Edmonton MAll. No, in 1991, West Edmonton MAll was visited by a pair of gals from a little town called Riverdale. A pair of gals who always seem to catch the eye of a teenage redhead known as Archie. That's right, we're talking about Archie Comics' own beautiful bombshells known as Betty and Veronica, and their visit to Edmonton in the Archie Giant Series comic number 620, Betty and Veronica Spectacular. The story begins with Veronica's millionaire father talking to the two girls about his plans to renovate a mall in Riverdale.
I'd like you two to go to the world's biggest mall. It's located in Canada. I'm hoping you'll come back with some ideas that we can use. The West Edmonton MAll has it all, over 800 stores. In size, it's equivalent to 48 city blocks. No other mall even comes close.
Double wow!
Triple wow!
Betty logically asks why the task of market research is being assigned to two girls from Riverdale High, rather than, marketing professionals. It turns out that Mr. Lodge is specifically asking them because he wants the consumer's point of view. Meanwhile, as in many Archie comics, it turns out that there's trouble afoot. A pair of crooks involved in a diamond heist are being given instructions to meet two women in Edmonton who are smuggling diamonds. And, just like in any multi-million-dollar crime, instead of being provided names for their contacts, the thieves are simply told to look for a blonde and a brunette. I mean, what could go wrong? Oh, wait, in literally the next pane, we see the two lady smugglers are stuck in traffic and won't be making their plane. Checking back in with Betty and Veronica, we find them boarding their plane, en route to fabulous Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Over 200 fashion shops, over 50 shoe stores, and over 100 eating places.
Ronnie, it sounds like the 8th, 9th, and 10th wonders of the world all rolled into one.
Upon landing, the two thieves spot a blonde and a brunette together, and naturally assume that these are international criminals. I mean, because seeing two women with different color hair standing together, well, it's pretty solid evidence of criminal activity.
Hey, you must be the chicks we're supposed to meet.
How dare you?
So, after shrugging off what they think is just some creep, Betty and Veronica head to the mall to start their work. But of course, the two buffoon criminals follow them, because they certainly can't be wrong about these two ladies being smugglers. So, Betty and Veronica are touring the mall, and they're quite impressed with everything they see. But they're once again approached by the two creeps from the airport. Betty reasonably suggests that they call security, but Veronica has other thoughts.
We can't, Betty. If we raise a rumpus and Daddy hears about it, he'll think we're incompetent. He won't trust us to handle another assignment.
The two decide to grab a bite to eat and plan what to do to ditch these two guys who keep following them. They pass by a restaurant called Cafe Orleans and a ceiling with a bunch of circles. I think this is meant to be Bourbon Street. Even so, they sit down next to that iconic man-eating hamburger statue.
Isn't it amazing the way the mall has these bronze statues all over the place?
He's one gent who knows how to behave.
And Veronica comes up with a brilliant idea.
We can ditch our obnoxious friends in the mall's fantasy land.
Of course, this comic was released only 3 years before the mall lost its lawsuit with Disney, and the park's name changed from Fantasyland to Galaxyland. The pair board the Fantasyland Express train ride, hoping that the two thugs would be too embarrassed to follow. The criminals do follow the pair, and find a sticky surprise.
Hey, mister, have some of my lollipop.
Yuck!
If this 14-store triple loop roller coaster doesn't discourage them, nothing will.
Logically, the thugs get on the roller coaster after Betty and Veronica, because somehow waiting at the station wouldn't have worked. I don't know. Immediately as they get off the roller coaster, Betty and Veronica find themselves at the mini golf course, where they decide to play mini golf. Sure, why not? The bad guys are still following Betty and Veronica, but Veronica trips one of them, and he goes falling into the water hazard. Next, our two gals from Riverdale head into a store.
Ronnie, why are we putting on these swimsuits under our clothes?
The mall has an unbelievable indoor water park, and that's where we'll finally lose these clods.
They rush into the World Water Park.
Those two are as good as lost.
Oh my gosh, look at those tremendous water slides!
At this point, one of the bad guys pulls out a pistol. And you'd think that these two high school girls would maybe think it's about time to call security. But nope, Veronica has a better plan.
You and I are about to take the plunge!
Whee!
It actually seems like one of their plans finally worked, as Slide Patrol, who apparently used to wear suits, informs the villains that they cannot ride down what appears to be Nessie's revenge without proper swimming attire. The two respond logically by punching him in the face, and then going down the slide anyway. And why on earth isn't this kid wearing a swimsuit? Finally, the two thugs ask Betty and Veronica about the diamonds. Betty and Veronica, who of course have no idea what they're talking about. And at the exact same time, the real smugglers show up.
Holy pajamas! We've been following the wrong goils!
And at the exact same time again, Interpol shows up and arrests all the bad guys and takes them all away.
Oh, I see. Then everything is wrapped up in a neat little package.
Having avoided disaster, Betty and Veronica have a happy ending to their story.
I'm so glad this trivial incident is behind us.
Yes, now we can get down to serious matters.
West Edmonton MAll, here we come!
Sometimes your clothes aren't perfect. It's time to rearrange. Sometimes you're home. Wardrobe's feeling like it needs some kind of change. No matter what your style's like this time, nothing's gonna stand in your way. Got 2 free chords, a place to depend. Your wave pool is best in the deep end. West Edmonton MAll on the wings of my dreams. Rise and fall of my vendors a scream. A place of wonder, that's what they say. I'm going every day. There's even a place to buy jeans, and nothing's gonna stop me now.
This issue of Archie Comics, however, is not over. There was a conclusion to the story in the form of another episode, entitled Klondike Queens. It's 1 week later, and Betty and Veronica are walking through West Edmonton MAll for the final time.
Wow! Since we've been here, we must have shopped at all 800 of the mall's stores.
They get in the limo to head home, but see something on the way. They simply have to stop and get a closer look.
Look at all the people in the gay 90s attire.
What's going on?
Every year around this time, we get ready to celebrate Klondike Days. It's a tradition here in Edmonton.
Well, back in 1991 it was anyway. This was before the Edmonton exhibition's name was changed to Capital X. And then back to K-Days, but not Klondike Days. Nope, the letter K is our theme, not Klondike. Not Klondike. Veronica vows to attend the Klondike Days festival, but her plans are snuffed out by her father, the father who, wants her back home to present her report on West Edmonton MAll. So the two head back to Riverdale and present their findings on West Edmonton MAll.
There's no way we can duplicate the Edmonton MAll here in Riverdale, but we may be able to adopt a number of its innovations.
Mr. Lodge's committee is quite impressed with the report from the ladies. Conveniently, one of the committee members thinks that the mall should have a festive note, like costumes from a bygone era.
How about something from the gay 90s era? Like maybe the colorful Klondike Gold Rush days.
The committee loves the idea, but have no idea where on earth they could get first-hand knowledge of such costumes. Well, Betty and Veronica do.
And while we're in Edmonton, we may just do a little more shopping.
And we'll probably have to charter a 747 just to bring back what those two buy.
I gotta say, I think West Edmonton MAll must have had a hand in the creation of this comic. Throughout the story, all of the characters are constantly gushing over every aspect of the mall, and not in a natural way. It's like the writers were force-fed a list of talking points and were obligated to include them in the story.
West Edmonton MAll has it all.
The 8th, 9th, and 10th wonders of the world all rolled into one.
14-store triple loop roller coaster.
These bronze statues.
Over 200 fashion shops.
It's equivalent to 48 city blocks.
Unbelievable indoor water park. Over 50 shoe stores.
All 800 of the mall stores. Double wow.
Over 800 stores.
Tremendous water slides.
No other mall even comes close.
Triple wow.
West Edmonton MAll, here we come.
Still, it's a pretty fun comic. It's quite enjoyable to see Betty and Veronica in an adventure that touches so close to home, and in a throwback that's almost 30 years old. So, the next time you're riding the rides at Galaxyland, or attending all the fun at K-Days, remember, you're walking in the footsteps of those two crazy gals from Riverdale, on Archie's own trip to the West Edmonton MAll, with Betty and Veronica. Had you heard about Archie's comic trip to Edmonton? What did you think of the gals' tour of the mall? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. These comic book episodes take a ton of effort to make, so if you did like them, please share them with your friends and give us a like as well. And why not check out some of our other videos, all about the greatest indoor show on earth, West Edmonton MAll. Oh, and thanks for watching.